In this video, everything you need to know about Grenada Citizenship by Invest. Grenada is a Caribbean island nation known as the Spice Isle, and it offers a Citizenship by Investment or CBI program that originally launched in 2013 under the Grenada Citizenship by Investment Act. The program allows foreigners to gain citizenship by making a significant economic contribution, either through a donation or real estate investment. It's a popular option for those seeking a second passport, global mobility, and tax benefits, with the added perk of eligibility for the US E2 investor visa. The process is remote, efficient, and doesn't require residency in Grenada, making it attractive for investors worldwide. So you might be wondering about eligibility requirements. To qualify for Grenada's CBI program, applicants must meet the following criteria. Number 1, age. The main applicant must be at least 18 years old. 2, clean record. No criminal record verified through international background checks. Applicants must not have been denied a visa in countries where Grenada has visa-free access, for example, the UK or the Schengen area, and must not have been rejected by other CBI programs. Number 3, financial capability. Prove the legal source of funds for the investment with enough money to cover the required amount. Number 4 is health. Pass a medical examination, confirm no contagious diseases or serious health issue. And then number 5, due diligence. Undergo a thorough vetting process, including background checks by international firms like Thomson Reuters, Interpol, and Grenada's Financial Investigations Unit, the FIU. And then number 6, the authorized agent. Applications must be submitted through a government authorized agent, as direct applications by investors are not allowed. If you need an authorized agent, we can help connect you with one. There's a link in the description where you can become a client of MyLatinLife. We can take a look at your holistic scenario, and if CBIs are a part of that, we can connect you with all the big CBI players. So there's a link in the description, book a call with us, and we'd be happy to answer all your specific questions. Moving on, let's talk about the investment options. So Grenada offers 2 primary pathways to citizenship through investment. Both require additional fees for due diligence, processing, and government charges. So number 1 is the donation to the National Transformation Fund, the NTF. The minimum investment is $235,000 USD for a single applicant or a family of up to 4. Each additional dependent after the 4th costs an additional $25,000. The purpose of the NTF funds is for public projects like healthcare, education, infrastructure, contributing to Grenada's economic growth. This is non-refundable. This is a donation, so you won't recoup the investment, but it's the simpler and faster route. And you can expect additional fees as well for the due diligence, processing fees, interview fees. There's fees associated with these CBI programs, so just something to keep in mind. And then the second big option is real estate invest, a minimum investment of $270,000 USD in a government-approved project, such as a luxury resort, a hotel, or villa. If the project doesn't meet specific conditions, the minimum rises to $350,000 USD. The holding period, you must hold the property for at least 5 years. After this, you can sell it without losing citizenship, potentially recouping your investment or earning a profit or taking a small loss. And then regarding eligible family members. So with this family stuff, you always want to speak to a professional directly about your situation. Everyone's situation is different. Generally, the Grenada program is very family friendly, allowing the main applicant to include their spouse, dependent children under 30 years old, dependent parents or grandparents with no age limit, though additional fees may apply. Unmarried siblings over 18 with no children, potentially, or an additional fee. Future dependents as well, such as a new spouse or child, can be added within 12 months of receiving citizenship. Or children can later apply for citizenship by descent. The application process, in terms of a step-by-step, the entire process typically takes 3 to 9 months, depending on the investment route, due diligence, and document preparation. Here's how it works. Choose an authorized agent. You must work with a licensed agent. They'll guide you through the process, prepare documents, and submit your application to the Investment Migration Agency, the IMA, in Grenada. Agents often conduct a preliminary due diligence check to reduce rejection risks to around 1%. We know all the best agents, so link in the description, book a call with us, MyLatinLife. We're happy to get the ball rolling for you. And then step 2 is prepare your documentation. Required documents include a valid passport and birth certificates for all applicants, marriage or divorce certificates if applicable, police certificate, the clean criminal record check, medical examination report, proof of funds and their legal source, such as bank statements and financial records, and the completed application forms as well provided by the agent. Documents must be in English, notarized, translated, and apostilled if necessary. The next step is you'll submit the application and undergo due diligence. Your agent submits the application to the IMA Grenada. A mandatory interview, either in person or virtual, is required for all applicants aged 17 and older. Due diligence involves background checks on your personal, financial, and professional history, conducted by international firms and Grenada's authorities. This step can take a couple months. And then the next step of the process is to receive approval in principle. If your application passes due diligence, you'll receive what's called Approved in Principle letter from Grenada Citizenship by Investment Committee, the CBIC. The Minister of Immigration makes the final decision. And then the next step is you make the investment. So after approval, you have 30 days to fulfill the investment requirement, either the NTF donation or real estate purchase. For real estate, this involves finalizing the sale and paying the government fees. Then the last step is you'll receive citizenship and the passport. Once the investment is confirmed, you'll receive a certificate of naturalization. Passports are issued within about a month and can be collected by your agent or delivered via courier. Grenadian passports are valid for 10 years and can be renewed remotely. Moving on to some benefits of Grenadian citizenship. Visa-free travel. The Grenadian passport enjoys visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to over 145 countries, not bad at all, including the UK, Schengen area, China, Hong Kong, Russia, Singapore. Starting in 2025, an ETA is required for the UK, but that's pretty standard stuff. So overall, a very strong passport that honestly punches above its weight. Another big benefit is the US E2 visa eligibility. Grenada is the only Caribbean CBI program with an E2 investor visa treaty with the US. After residing in Grenada for 3 years, citizens can apply for an E2 visa to live and work in the US by investing at least $100,000 USD in a US business and creating 3 jobs. Another benefit is no residency requirement. You don't need to live or visit Grenada before, during, or after the process. The entire application can be handled remotely. Another benefit is dual citizenship. Grenada recognizes dual citizenship, so you don't have to renounce your Canadian or US citizenship. The next benefit is potential tax benefits. Now, this depends on if you are going to take the step of becoming a tax resident of Grenada, which is not, this is an additional step that you can take. But the benefits could be no taxes on foreign income, capital gains, inheritance, wealth tax, making it attractive for high net worth individuals. So there's a potential tax play as well. Another benefit is family inclusion. Citizenship extends to future generations and can be passed on to new spouses or children. And then another benefit is education and lifestyle, access to quality education, and the right to live, work, and study in Grenada and other CARICOM nations. If you are unfamiliar with the CARICOM, we have another video on our channel about it. It's basically a free movement area in the Caribbean. And so people from Grenada and the other islands, they can go live and work in the other islands of the Caribbean, members of the CARICOM. So you're probably curious about the estimated costs. It depends if we're looking at a single applicant or say a family of 4. But on the low end for a single applicant, you're looking at $240,000, $250,000 for the donation route. Or via the real estate investment route, you're probably looking at somewhere closer to $350,000 total invest upfront. And then for a family 4, you're looking at incrementally more, but it's not too bad. And this is something that you can work with your agents to figure out the total investment for the family. But again, single individual $240,000, $250,000, or via real estate around $350,000. Here are some practical considerations and challenges. So one is processing time variability. This is something that you're going to have to ask your agents to get the most up-to-date information, because some sources claim 3 to 4 months, others note 6 to 9 months due to document preparation, due diligence, and real estate transactions. The other thing is every Caribbean island has a different speed, and some are faster than others. There's 5 CBI programs in the Caribbean, and inevitably one of those programs is going to be processing applications faster, and then one of them is going to have a backlog and it's going to be slower. So I've heard some of the slower programs are up over a year now. So it's important to communicate that to your team and say, how important is speed and getting that passport right away versus potentially waiting for one that's otherwise better suited for you. Another challenge is the real estate risk. Ensure the project is government approved, financially stable. Some projects have been decertified in the past. Investors have been left at risk. Projects have gone sour. So make sure you work with a trusted agent to select a reliable developer. And then the interview. So there's a mandatory interview requirement since September 2023. Which adds a layer of scrutiny and security, but it can be done remotely. It just has to be a Zoom interview, just something to keep in mind. Now, regarding revocation risk, citizenship can be revoked if you provide false information or engage in activities that harm Grenada's reputation. In reality, it's very rare and works like any other country that you become a naturalized citizen of. You would expect something similar. So here's the recommendation. Grenada's CBI program is a strong option if you're seeking a second passport with global mobility, tax benefits, and US E2 visa access. The real estate route offers potential returns, but requires careful project selection, while the NTF donation route is simpler and faster. Work with a reputable authorized agent to navigate due diligence and ensure a smooth process. If you value warm waters in a Caribbean lifestyle, Grenada is a great fit, and citizenship is just an incredible bonus. For the most accurate details, please consult an agent. If you need an agent, book a call with us and we can get the process started for you. Like this video, and we'll see you in the next video.